Oh, blessed love, my family, give thanks to the royal ones with us. Yes, you're in the tiger's nest anywhere you put it. Of course, we glorify Emperor Haile Selassie the first in all good doings and sayings, the father and mother of creation. Of course, this evening I want to talk about your zodiac sign. I want to show you exactly how you know what sign you are related to, especially as it has to do with your Earth Day, your solar return. Yes, we're going to be talking some horoscope as well, of course, and I'm going to try my utmost to make this very easy and somewhat simple to comprehend. Okay. Of course, just reminding you of our Uprising Ra'asing edition program. This is every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday on Radio Anu. I'm asking you to join me Eastern Caribbean time now, 5:30 to 7 a.m. Of course, I think right now, Eastern Standard Time or Daylight Saving Time, whatever you may call it, maybe an hour behind of our time, Eastern Caribbean time. So if you're on the Eastern Standard stuff, I think it's 4:30 right now, but just check the Eastern Caribbean time because I'm looking forward for you to be with me early and bright in the uprising every Monday to Friday. Serengeti, your Uprising edition, definitely. We leave the news and the blues to the other fellas and definitely keep up full vibes. And I'm just encouraging you once more, if you haven't received your ticket, yes, your e-ticket for the upcoming lecture, our online lecture, which is Africa's Warriors is on the front line. Remember, you can still do so by contacting us, Priest Isaac Institute at gmail.com. Visit the website, priestisaacinstitute.com. Remember, the link is in the description below this video. It's going to be a wonderful presentation, the 28th day of November, 2021, 7 p.m. sharp. Again, we're talking Eastern Caribbean time now, but for sure, wherever you may be on the planet, just align yourself with that time, and that will be your time. And the presenters for this one is myself and the Honorable Princess Acacia Menin. This one, pardon me, definitely promises to be a wonderful session. Okay, good. Now, what we are going to do here, as I said, we are going to highlight the whole science of when you were born and your Earth Day and how it relates to the constellations of the zodiac belt. So let me just make sure I'm sharing this with you first. All right, okay, you should be seeing this. Now, family, this evening, I want us to really enter this with a calm meditation. We're not trying to prove anything, so don't take it like that. And I'm not trying to go against the astrologers. I am just showing, according to the science, what is taking place in the heavens as it relates to the sun specifically, and the annum, which is the solar year, I should say, and where the sun is and the zodiac belt. That's basically what we're doing. So we cannot really address planets as such, although they have their own movements, not even the moon, because we're not dealing with a lunar year, or we're dealing with the solar year. That is what we mark on our birthday, etc. So what the sun is related to at the moment when we were born is a very important thing. Don't you agree? I'm sure you do. Some of us consider ourselves to be of different signs. And you have the Aries and the Taurus and the Gemini, Cancer and Leo and Virgo and Libra, etc. In fact, let us just go through this. I'm going to try. We're not going to rush this here because we want to really comprehend. Because you see, my family, a lot of us, we are very much attached to our birth signs, and we tend to also, on a daily level, connect the movements of the sun and the moon, full moon, new moon, etc., with these specific zodiac signs. And depending on where the moon is, we interpret it a specific way. Now, the interpretation might be correct, but let's just say that the academics is a bit off, meaning that you may say that the moon is in Virgo when it's really in Leo, according to the science. Now, you see, the reality is that astrology is using, well, basically this chart. And even as it relates to astrological terms, this chart is still off. It is off. It is off, pardon me, by a few days, because the heavens is alive. You know, that's the point. The heavens is alive. The heavens is a living thing. So in the same way that a tree would grow and the tree would shed seeds and it continues, the heavens does the same thing, and stars, you know, blow up and form again, and new galaxies are forming, and even what we observe from the planet Earth as it relates to the movements of the heavens and where the sun is at a specific time, and of course the equinoxes of the ages. Yeah, the heavens is alive. So the cards from 500 years ago that was telling you your astrological sign, depending on where you were born, may be a bit off now, because 500 years, a lot has taken place in 500 years. The sun moves 1 degree every 72 years. So that's a lot of degrees, even if it's just about 7 or 8 degrees, that's enough degrees to shift a lot of things. So now, according to the modern day astrological outlook, we have Aries from the 21st of March to the 20th of April. We have Taurus from the 21st of April to the 20th of May. We have Gemini from the 21st of May to the 21st of June. We have Cancer from the 22nd of June to the 22nd of July. We have Leo from the 23rd of July to the 23rd of August. We have Virgo, 24th of August to the 23rd of September. We have Libra, the 24th of September to the 23rd of October. We have Scorpio, the 24th of October to the 22nd of November. We have Sagittarius, the 23rd of November to the 21st of December. We have Capricorn, the 22nd of December to the 20th of January. We have Aquarius, the 21st of January to the 18th of February. And we have Pisces, the 19th of February to the 20th day of March. All right. Now, what really happens is this, and this is with no disrespect to anyone. I mean, a person may not be as versed in the subject as someone else. So most people believe that, for example, if they are an Aries there, that the sun, during the time of 21st of March and the 20th of April, now this is a whole month, from the 21st of March to the 21st or 20th of April, basically. That's a whole month, you understand, 30 days or so, approximately. So, but the persons that are born in between this time would believe that some form or fashion, in some way or form, the sun is related to the constellation of Aries, the ram. They may not know where in the sky is Aries, the ram. They may not be able to point it out, even if they see it amongst a book full with stars unless the name is there, but they just know, according to their horoscope, according to their astro guide, they are related to this constellation of Aries, and it has something to do with the sun. So if they were born on the 21st of March, they are Aries. And if they were born on the 20th of April, they are Aries as well. In fact, they're born on the 21st of March, and they're Aries. But those who were born the day before, maybe the night before, which is the 20th of March, they are Pisces. If they were born the 20th of March, 11 p.m., 1 hour before midnight, they're considered Pisces. And if someone was born in the 2 hours after, 1 a.m. now, which is, well, according to how they reckon time, the 21st of March, they would be under the constellation of Aries. You follow that, family? It's good to get what I'm saying. Hope it doesn't sound too drawn out for you. I know how some people think, oh, you're saying too much things. But this is a serious issue, you know, and you should be happy to at least get a real academic understanding of what's happening in the heavens when it's your Earth day or your solar return. What's really taking place? Am I really keeping up folly? You know, when I'm talking about I'm a Cancer because I was born on the 22nd of June. What happened if I was born on the 21st of June? I wasn't a Cancer anymore. I am a Gemini. How do you differentiate that? What happens in the heavens to change it within a day or within 2 hours or at midnight? At the stroke of midnight, eh? This must be Cinderella. All right, so, but we're not making light of it. It's a very serious subject. So you understand what I'm saying. You're born on the 24th of October, 25th, 26th, going all the way to the 22nd of November. You're considered a Scorpio. All right. Now listen, family. What does this really mean when you say that? Now remember, first of all, we should have a good comprehension of what happens in the heavens and how the heavens work. Let me just use this app here and go on the full screen. This is an app, a solar system app. All of our children that are in the International Homeschool Program knows this app very well. They utilize it for their projects, and when we email the programs to them, many times we are on this app showing them things that we would be showing you now, those of you who are not a part of the International Homeschool Program. I'm telling you, you don't have to have children, my family, to be a part of our International Homeschool Program. Many of you as big people would benefit tremendously from what we offer on the International Homeschool Program. You don't have to feel bad, you know, because Honorable Priest Isaac becomes Uncle Priest Isaac, you know. Don't feel no way. It's all right. Yeah, that's what it's all about. But anyway, let's keep this on track. So basically, what is happening here, family? When you understand the mechanics of the heavens, you need to at least have an idea of really what's going on. And the movements of the heavens really shows you that the what you call it, for example, we would say that, you know, the sun is rising in the morning and it's setting at night and these different things. But we know that is not really what's taking place. It is obviously the mechanics of the heavens, the movements of the heavens that would really dictate what appears to be happening around us. So it appears as if the sun and the moon is the same size. You know that. It appears as if the sun and the moon is the same size. That's the hand of the Creator working there. Because if you notice the sun, when it eclipses the moon or vice versa, or the earth eclipses both of them and whatever happens and the shadow falls on each other, they appear to be the same size. That's the point. So when the moon comes between the earth and the sun, you get that perfect eclipse. Now remember, the distance from the sun is so vast in comparison to that of the distance of the moon from the earth. But then when you compare that to the size of the sun, the size of the moon to the size of the sun, and compare their distance from each other and their distance as it relates to the earth, it just appears as if the sun and the moon is the same size. But again, that's just to show you how perfect this place that we are on was set in motion, you know, this oasis in the solar system, you know, and the surroundings thereof. So that's how the heavens is built. So really now, even from ancient times, man, that is why we knew how to construct pyramids and ancient temples and have them coordinating with the heavens. So basically, family, this is what it is. Because of the whole rotation of the heavens and the rotation of the earth and how it revolves, it gives you the impression as if the sun is rising and setting. We understand that. So what happens now? The sun in its rising and setting goes through a specific path, and the path is known as its ecliptic belt. Now, the ecliptic belt is also referred to as the zodiac belt, because the zodiac constellations, which are in many cases considered to be 12 constellations, are within this pathway that the sun appears to travel. You can obviously see here the sun ain't going through no belt, but because from the planet Earth, it gives this impression as if the sun is going through the constellations known as the zodiac belt. So what happens is that the sun visits each constellation one per month. So when it's in September, the sun is usually in the constellation of Virgo. And then of course, when it goes into October, going into November, the sun will find itself in the constellation of Libra, and then in the constellation of Scorpio eventually. All right, so this is what is happening here. When you observe this movement here, family, this is the same thing. Okay, so this is, let's just say this is March the 12th. So we're looking at planet Earth. Look, this is Earth. You see the moon is here, and this is the sun. This is 2023. This is just a random date. I didn't purposely pick this date for no reason, nothing. I just decided that I'll just look at this date. And this is the 12th of March, and the time 2:49 p.m. Good. Now, so this is planet Earth, and you have the sun here. So obviously, let's just say you are observing the sun from Earth. So what you'd have to do is align the Earth with the sun, basically. That is it here. So if we are on planet Earth, not if we are on planet Earth, and we're looking at the sun on the 12th of March on the 2023, we are going to see the sun as if it is just under one of the fish of Pisces, soon to enter into the constellation known as Aquarius, maybe in the next 2 weeks. Because remember, the sun moves from one constellation to the other constellation per month. But it doesn't just jump, you know, like overnight into a next constellation every day. It will go just a bit further going into another constellation. So this is why when you see, you know, the month, okay, for example, you see that the time is moving, March 26, 28, 29, 30, April, bam, okay, let's stop it there. This is, I said, let's stop it there. Okay, that's April the 18th. All right, now I'm speaking to myself, April the 18th. You know, we just keep up with the humor here. Now look at it now. Earth, again, you're still on Earth, and you're looking at the sun just a month after. If you notice, the sun would have moved a bit closer into the Pisces constellation region. So a month ago it was over here, and now a month after it is over here. That's interesting, you know, because pardon me, because on its monthly move, you will find it going in this direction. But when it comes to the precession of the equinoxes, it is going in that direction. It's very, very deep, mystic when it comes to the movements of the heavens. So you see now that this is why it would appear as if the sun is in a specific constellation at a specific time, because of the movements of the planet Earth in relation to the sun. The same thing, you know, can be said of the moon. Here is the moon. All right, look at the moon. Look at the moon here from Earth. So from Earth, when you align Earth with the moon, whatever date it is, whatever time it is, you align the Earth with the moon. From Earth, it would appear as if the moon is in the constellation of Aquarius. So this would be a moon that is very close to new moon, because it's very close to the sun. If it was closer to full moon, it would be on the other side of the Earth. You understand? It would be in another constellation somewhere around here, like Scorpio or Libra, or even a constellation like Virgo, if it was close to a full moon, because the sun itself is in the opposite constellations, specifically Pisces, during this time, the 16th of April, according to what we're looking at here. Now, I'm showing you, family, this is not just a software. Some people would see us using the software in the apps and say, oh, these things are not accurate and these different things. Now, I'm not judging the accuracy from just this. Remember, we actually study the heavens, literally study the heavens for a long time, way before we were certified in the field of archaeoastronomy. Yes, we've learned a lot in our studies as it relates, you know, when we did our course for our certification within the realms of archaeoastronomy. But even if we didn't do that, we already put in a lot of years, family, studying this on our own. So we literally can look at the heavens and map it out. And I'm telling you, these devices or these softwares, they are accurate. Okay, I always wonder if softwares, I gotta look at, is correct, or is it software, or whatever the case is, you know. So when we look at it now, so I'm just trying to show you for those who really want to know what is actually how the mechanics, I should say, of the heavens work. Okay, let's just look at the planets then. The same thing. Here is Jupiter, here is Mars. Okay, let's look at Mars. You're on the planet Earth, same date, 16th of April, 2023. Remember, this is random, family. It's not as if I'm picking this date. I'm just using the date that's on the screen and just showing you how you locate the planets and why they appear to be in different constellations. Now, all of these planets and the moon pass through the zodiac belt. They all pass through the 12 recognized constellations that the sun passed through too. It's a very mystic drama that the heavens does. And remember, they just appear to pass through them because of their own rotation and revolution, and couple that with the Earth's rotation and revolution, if you understand. So from Earth now, as the world turns, when it's your turn and you come across Mars, now, when you look at Mars, all you have to do is look at Mars from where you are, bam, line up Earth with Mars, and you can see Mars is in the constellation of Gemini. That's what it is. It's not that Mars is way out here, you know, hundreds of light years or scores of light years away in the constellation of Gemini. No. It is just that from the angle of Earth, looking at Mars, the background makes it appear as if, you know, Gemini is in the background and Mars is in Gemini. This is really what it is. You can do it quickly. Let's just do it for another one. Let's do Venus. Here's Venus, we're Earth. We can see Venus after maybe the setting sun. If you align Earth with Venus, you could see Venus is in the constellation of Taurus. That's why they appear to be in these constellations. Number one, they're not really there. The sun is the central point of the solar system. So a lot of these things are what you consider to be apparent. All right. So now let me show you now, family, exactly how it is, how you can understand where the sun is when you were born and know exactly what constellation the sun is related to at your birth. I'm not going to tell you this is your sign. I will leave that to the astrologers. I am just showing you the academics of how you can figure out where, not just where the sun is when you were born, but what zodiac constellation the sun is really related to at the time of you coming, out of your mother's womb. Okay, let me just put up the other screen here. Now, basically, with an understanding of what I just showed you now, let us just take our time and go through this. Let me make sure I'm sharing this with you properly. Okay, so this is, today's date, really. What is today's date? Okay, this is the 24th of November, and we're in 2021. So basically, and this is the time, you're looking at the southern sky. This is an app by the name of Stellarium. So, and the other one I was using was, I think it's Solar System. What's the full name of that app? Solar System Scope. Solar System Scope. Solar System Scope. Fair enough. Okay, good. Now remember Sunday. Make sure you get your ticket, family. Definitely get your ticket and sit in. Bring your family. Bring your young ones. Bring your young princesses. And let them learn about the African warriors, that they definitely can look up to. The Sunday, the 28th, myself and the Honorable Princess Acacia Menin. If you look good, you see the Milky Way here. This is the constellation of Cassiopeia, the W, which is obviously going around the northern star. This would be the northern star here. If you notice, you also have the Big Dipper as well, going around the very same northern star. These are circumpolar stars, and that is one of the points that we use. I've never heard anyone refute it yet. I heard somebody trying to say something, but man, we're in the academic world. We like to hear proper things, facts. And when it comes to the flat Earth theory, I'm not really arguing against no one. And I never, ever, portrayed myself like any flat Earth expert. I'm a student of knowledge. When the flat Earth thing came bigger several years ago, I sat in and I absorbed it. It's a very, good argument on both sides. I always said that. I always actually respected the argument. I said, hey, listen, this argument is good on both sides. But as a scientist, and we like to say, stick to your lane, all right, flat Earth is not my lane, but archaeoastronomy is my lane. It is one of my lanes, and for those who like to say, oh, which college do you get any certificate? Well, okay, well, I can say, well, okay, well, this is my certified lane. It is. And with the concept of circumpolar constellations, I'm not going to the depths of it now. Just bless up my brethren. I'm in. I got the full message, my brother. I ready anytime for brother Killer Priest to sit down on his platform to express my understanding of what I'm going to say now. As I said, as an astronomer family, it's impossible. You hear me? I'm telling you. Up to now, I don't see nobody prove it. It's impossible for circumpolar stars like Cassiopeia and the Big Dipper to exist without on a flat Earth. It's impossible. It can't happen. It cannot happen. Go and check any of my videos on flat Earth and circumpolar stars and check it out. Just check them out. You check it out. Type in circumpolar stars, flat Earth, Priest Isaac, and I'm sure some of these key videos will come up and really absorb what I am saying. I'm not going to try it now. That's not even what I'm supposed to be talking about. I'm not going to try it now. But I know some people there listening, nudging some of you and taking you from the show and saying, hey, nobody will hear that. The world no round now, they believe world round. Hey, you believe the world around and people lie. You believe in 9/11? No. So why you believe the world around? They never went to the moon, you know. They never went to the yeah, so anyway, let's keep it on track here. So this is Stellarium. Let me show you what we're going to do. Let's first put the location. I just like to put it in my neck of the woods, really. But wherever it is, it doesn't really matter. It's still the same as it relates to the pattern. What I'm going to do, we're going to darken the sky a bit so we can see a bit better. No, I took out the earth there. Well, let me take the earth out. So you see this button takes out the earth, this darken the sky. Oh, you see how much prettier it is? And then what we would do, and there are places where you could see the sky like that. I am going to first add the lines. These lines, like you were seeing on the other system here, gives you a good idea of what you're looking at in the heavens. Sometimes this is, okay, yes, I have it here. This is Gemini here, a bit on the side, Gemini, and then you have Orion just underneath Gemini here. All right, now what I'm going to do, just for the purpose of the family, I'm going to put up the Greek rendition or outlook of them, which to me just makes the whole thing look complicated, to be honest, but you want to know what you're looking at, and I want you to comprehend what you are looking at. All right. Let me see. Where are we? Okay, let's take today now. So today is the 24th of November. Fair enough. Now you see, random date. Not because it's today, there's nothing special that I can say of today. Now, what it is, family, this is what I'm saying. Basically, the idea of the day or the horoscope thing there. What do you call it? The sign, pardon me. Let me just go back to this here quickly, family. Pardon me. The idea of the sign is this, just quickly. And let me exit out of this here. So when you observe, you can get me out to this full screen here. Yes. Yeah, just take me out to the full screen. Yeah, the idea of the sign. Okay, simple. I thought it was a little more complicated than that. So, family, the idea of the sign is this. So if you are Aries, right? Hear this now. This is what it's supposed to be. If you are Aries, and I'm just explaining this so you can understand, the sun in its movement on the 21st day of March, when Aries begins, that means the sun would be coming out of the constellation of Pisces. And between the 21st day of March to the 20th day of April, the sun will be going towards the constellation of the same Aries. So it's coming out of Pisces, follow me good, and it's on its way to Aries. All right, good. This is what it's supposed to be. So this answers the question of why a whole sign will last a whole month when the sun is moving from one sign to the next sign in a month's time. So in other words, the next sign after Aries would be what? Taurus. So Taurus begins on the 21st day of April. What we are supposed to understand here is that on the 21st day of April, technically, the sun will still be in Aries. It is coming out of Aries now, on its way to Taurus. So the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th day of April, the sun will be coming out of Taurus more and more, or pardon me, out of Aries, the ram more and more, going towards Taurus, the bull, more and more. And by the 20th of May, the sun will be settled perfectly in Taurus. Please follow me. Good. Then now, the next day, the 21st of May, is the beginning of the sign Gemini, or I'm a Gemini, but the sun's still in Taurus. Nothing could happen so rapidly overnight. The sun is still in Taurus, coming out of Taurus, on its way to Gemini. So the 21st, 22nd, 28th, 9th day of May, the sun technically still inside of Gemini, just coming out. And by the 21st of June, the sun is inside of Gemini. Now follow me, good family. This is how it is supposed to be. This is how, let me make sure you're watching what I'm watching here. Okay, good. This is how it's supposed to be in the Pisces age. You got to keep in mind, now our age lasts for 2,160 years. So the Pisces age will last about 2,000 years. Now, what I just explained to you romantically, that is at its perfection, maybe about 700 years ago. That's the truth. I mean, this is something, we've actually touched this already, maybe 3 years ago, even more extensively than what we're doing now. But I'm just trying to show you that in its perfection, this was at this perfect stage, maybe about 700 years ago or a bit more. You may say, what is its perfect stage, priest? What are you talking about? An age is determined on where the sun is on the 21st day of March. So on the 21st day of March, the sun is in the constellation of the Pisces. So that is why we are in the age of the Pisces. Many people argue that we are in the age of Aquarius. That is not so. I'm telling you, that's another point I can stand firmly on. We are not in the age of the Aquarius. I'm not going to try to prove that now, but we've done videos on that. You could just Google them or look for them on YouTube. We are not in the age of the Aquarius because the sun is not in the Aquarius constellation on the 21st day of March. Yes, it is feeding from at least 35% of the Aquarius age. Right now, we are in between two ages, Ras, Pisces and Aquarius. Some of you believe we're born in the Pisces and right now we just jump into the Aquarius. That's not how it goes. We're talking about the mechanism of the heavens. It don't move like that. It takes time. So whatever was going on when you were born as it relates to age, the age, it's about the same right now. Not too dramatic has changed. The sun moved 1 degree in 72 years. How old are you? You see, the sun didn't move a degree yet since you're born, so the age couldn't dramatically change. So trust me. So we didn't enter the Aquarius age in 2012. That's not how it goes. We are feeding off of at least 35% of the Aquarius age energy. And we still have obviously about 65. It could be 60, 60, 40. We're almost half, but we are still predominantly feeding off of the Pisces age. That's the truth. I'm telling you, that's where the sun is. Now, you see these charts that we keep up, Aries, the 21st of March and to the 20th of April. I am telling you, on the 21st day of March, the sun is supposed to still be, obviously, in the Pisces constellation, going towards Aries, which it will be in on the 20th of April. Now, I'm showing you that at this time here, the sun, yes, on the 20th, 21st day of March, I agree, the sun is still very close to Pisces, but it is not central Pisces anymore. Maybe 700 years ago, it was central Pisces, but it is moving slowly but surely towards the Aquarius age. So in the next, definitely in the next 700, 900 years, for sure, on the 21st day of March, the sun will be in the center of the Aquarius constellation. But it's not that yet, because the age is decided on where the sun is on the 21st day of March. Follow me, good family. So with that being a bit off, meaning that we are not central Pisces age anymore, so all of our astrological charts are a bit off as well because the time is moving. That's why astrologers will tell you that the moon is in Scorpio when the moon really is in Libra, because they're dealing with the charts. No offense to them, but they're not looking through the telescope. And again, more no offense, they may be looking through the telescope, but do not understand what they're looking at. And again, more no offense, it's not telescopes you need to read the heavens. Once you can see, telescope give you details of certain things, but to read and understand the heavens is to understand the movements. Okay, good. So now that we have gathered all of that, family, let us just see. All right, so today is the 24th of November. According to the astrological chart, today would be actually the beginning of who? Sagittarius. Okay, we are in Sagittarius. So that means, please follow me, and I'm not going to be too long, we actually getting there. That means, because I mean, one example alone would give you the key of how to go and research what I'm talking about. So today being the 24th day of November, and that means yesterday or the day before, we would have entered into Sagittarius, which is the, what do you call him there? The archer, give thanks, the archer. So a person would believe that, well, I was born on the 23rd of November. I'm Sagittarius. That means the sun should be in Sagittarius. That's not necessarily so. And that's not because the astrologers are off. Even if the astrologers and the astro guide was perfectly spot on, when the Sagittarius sign begins, the sun cannot be in Sagittarius. It has to be in the preceding constellation, which would be Scorpio, and it would be on its way to Sagittarius. Good. Now, if you notice here, the sun is in Scorpio. This is Scorpio, the constellation Scorpio. And the sun is on its way to Sagittarius. That's the reality of it. You understand? But what I'm saying is now, on the 24th day of November, at the central point of the Pisces age, the sun would not be here. The sun would be a bit more central. So the sun is moving backwards. Every 72 years, the sun goes back 1 degree. So every 72 years on the 24th day of March, the sun goes back 1 degree. So in the next 72 years on the 24th day of that March, what today is? November, pardon. Wow. In the next 72 years on the 24th day of November, the sun will be 1 degree back. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Don't worry. Let us go to the clock now. All right. So we're here in 2021, the 24th day of November. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to change the date. That's all. The year, not the month, not the day, just the year. All right, good. Now you would notice I just went 1,000 years back in the past, just 1,000 years. So we're in 1021. You would notice now the sun is in a different spot on the same day, the 24th day of November, because in 1,000 years, the sun has moved several degrees going this direction on the 24th day of November. Don't get me wrong, the sun is moving in this direction here. Okay, today is the 24th of November, the 25th. Watch the sun, 26, 27, 28, 29. Because the heavens is alive. The sun is moving in that direction. You understand? Good. The 9th of December, and going and going and going and going. All right. So it's already here in the constellation of Sagittarius, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Good. Now, understand the science here again. This is the 21st day of December, 1021. You see where the sun is? Basically in the center of Sagittarius. If we come back now to 2021, you notice the sun has moved a good distance from the central point of Sagittarius. So it finds itself just in front of Sagittarius when Sagittarius reign is coming to an end. So it's not lodged perfectly in Sagittarius as it should be, or as the charts would express. Why? Because the age is changing. It's just mathematics. It's just reality. Good. So here, this is the 21st day of December. This is what you call the winter solstice. This is supposed to be the shortest day of the year, or is it the longest? Which one? The shortest day of the year, yes, and the longest night. The sun is supposed to be in the center of the constellation of Sagittarius, but it's just basically coming into the borders of Sagittarius at that time. So in other words, the astrological charts would be a bit off by 700 to 1,000 years, by several hundred degrees as well, and by at least maybe 6, 7, 8, or 9 days. Maybe 6, 7, 8, or 9 days. Let me show you. 21st day, 22nd, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. We're gone into 2022 on the 7th day of January 2022. You see that? That is when the sun is at the central point of Sagittarius. So technically, that is when Sagittarius comes to an end on the 7th of January at this time, not the 21st day of December, because the clock is moving. A clock don't stay still, it is moving. But I'm showing you the chart that the astrologers are using is a picture they took of a clock 700 years ago and still telling you this is the time. When the time has changed, we have the living clock in front of us. You comprehend? So to just accept, and look at clock over here now, the constellation of the clock. Honestly, I wasn't even penetrating that. I just looked up and saw it. Yeah, man, Jah speak to us in mysterious ways. His wonders to perform in the simplest of ways too. So the heavens is a real thing. It's a living thing, family. And again, even with the flat thing and flat earth thing, it doesn't matter what you think, what size or what shape the earth is. That does not change what you see happening in the heavens. Yes, you may argue that my outlook of how it happens and why it happens and the earth revolving and rotating, you may say, oh, you don't believe that. All right, that's one argument. Let's not go there. Forget that for now. But that doesn't change the fact that me and you see the same thing as it relates to where the sun is, at what time of the day, what time of the month, where the moon is, at what time of the night, when it's full and when it's new. Yes, we see the same thing and how the moon moves through the heavens in comparison to the sun. They have different speeds. That's nothing we're making up. That's just the truth. And you as a human being can sit down with your book and your pen and calculate that and look up in the heavens. That's all. So we don't have to depend on the astro misguide and the horrible stuff. That's what it is. So really now, again, a lot of things that we even speak of, yes, I agree we are in the Pisces age. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So the 21st day of what's spring equinox again? March. Yeah, that's the third month. Yeah, the 21st of March. Good. Just quickly, this is basically the example I would show you. So in the 21st day of March, this is it. You see the sun, it's basically under the fish, just as I showed you earlier on the other software of this fish of the Pisces. This is how the Pisces look. It's two fish, or two fishes according to the Old English, but New English is two fish. Now, yes, as you can see, it's very close to Aquarius. It's getting close to Aquarius. So in the next 700 years, you're going to see it closer to Aquarius on the 21st day of March. Okay, let me just show you quickly. Let us give it 900 years. So we have 2,921. If you notice here, it's basically, man, at this time, you could start to say you're really in the Aquarius age because we would be feeding off of more Aquarius energy. This is the same 21st day of March. And the sun is closer now to Aquarius than it was 900 years before. You know, 900 years before, it was still basically feeding off of a lot of energy from the fish. You see, Aquarius even come off of the screen. Good. But what I'm showing you now, it is not central Pisces. Yes, I mean, let's give it the next 1,000 years ago. Remember whole age, you know, last 2,000 years, eh? So 1,000 years is halfway to the age. So if you think we're almost to the Aquarius age, that means we more than passed halfway through the Pisces age. So 1,000 years ago is just halfway through the Pisces age. And look at it here on the 21st day of March, you can see the sun is very central, very, very central to relating to the Pisces. So the horoscopes will be a bit off, family. Some of you may still be in the sign that you profess, especially if you were born in the central part of it, between the 2 months, you understand, and you're in the middle, more than likely you have the same sign. But those who are born, especially at the beginning of the sign, you would, I'm sure you have gone, I think you would have been in like some of the other signs then. So for example, me, they would say that I'm a Capricorn because I'm born on the 2nd day of January. All right. No, I mean, I don't have the problem with that. I ain't fighting off the Capricorn at all, the unicorn. I love the unicorn and I still associate myself with the unicorn. So it's all right. You understand? But for sure, when I was born, the sun was kissing the forehead of Sagittarius, kissing it like mwah. The bright sun was kissing the forehead of Sagittarius when I was born. So, I mean, you could say I'm Capricorn all you want, because people say, oh, and people say I'm Naphtali and all kind of different things. You understand? Look at it here. This is the real head of it. Don't mind the Greek drawing. You see, that's why I'm not into the Greek drawing. Let me take the Greek freak thing off of here for a moment. Oh, beautiful. Even how the modern day astronomers draw it, it's still a bit off. But anyway, this is really the head of Sagittarius. And that's the feather in his hat. And you see the sun kissing. That is where the sun was when I was born, kissing his forehead, where his brain is really straight up. And he has his bow pointed. So really now, that's what I'm saying now. Capricorn is, this is supposed to be the sign of Capricorn, but it hasn't even reached to the center point yet of Sagittarius, which is where the Capricorn sign would begin. Why? Because the clock that they are teaching us that we're running off of is changing. Again, is a picture of the clock they take and come and show it to you. So family, it is good if you cannot read the heavens, and I would advise you, this is really from the heart. This is why we do them programs you see us do. And our international homeschool program as well. The young ones already, those who go to the homeschool program, have to figure out where the heavens was when they were born. It adds to the vibes. So although you would hear of, the different things, especially those of you who lean on astrologers for advice, it's no disrespect to whatever they're doing, believe me. And their understanding of planets and where they are and what they mean may be very correct. I wouldn't doubt it. I have no reason to doubt it. But what I would say is that the vast majority of them, if not almost all of them, they go off of the old chart that we're showing you. It's almost like the tarot cards. They go off of the old medieval stuff from yesteryear, and the heavens is moving, but that is why we're here to assist. But of course, little Rastaman down there in Antigua. Where's Antigua? That's Montego Bay. That's in Jamaica. So who are you? What good can come out of which city in the Bible? Nazareth or Galilee or one of the places. Yeah, but it's all right. Give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life. But anyway, family, I'm not going to hold you up too much longer. Just give thanks. As I said, you should check out some of these software, and it's easy to operate. I already gave you a good idea. This one is the better one for sure. the other one's solar system is good for the young children. I think that is really good for the young children to play around with, if you want to say. And me and family, the international homeschool program, trust me, man, it is something that would add to you, even if you don't have youth, and for sure add to the young ones and uplift their minds and their creativity and their understanding of the heavens. I find it very important for you to understand the heavens. All right, family, give thanks. Will I see you on Sunday? I hope so, the 28th day of October. And of course, you know, I'm still looking at some of the things I have to invite you to. I have to invite you to the Tiger's Nest. Hey, let me show you one other thing. This is, I'm sure some of you would have seen this one. This is when they add in Ophiuchus to it. So this is totally off thing. I know some of you have been watching say, man, priest, they have another one, man, with the serpent holder. Well, priest don't know that information yet. The priest want to listen to me, man. I have all the information here. But look at here. I have it here. The dates are totally different. Capricorn, 20th of January, and different little scenes. So when you observe it now, well, obviously it's adjusted. It's not exactly, I wouldn't say it's correct, because Ophiuchus is one with Scorpio. It's a mystic thing, you know. It's divided into 12. Trust me, I know we like 30, but trust me, the heavens have a division of 12, you know, in its cycle and in its sense, and that's astronomy, a literal division of 12. That's why you have the 360 divided by 12, and it's 30 degrees. So it's quite deep. But remember, the serpent hole is standing on the Scorpio. So they share the same longitude as such. It's the longitude they share. So that is what counts. And the distance between the longitude, well, as we would call it on Earth, longitude. All right, family. So give thanks for the love, give thanks for the life giver and the keeper of life. Of course, definitely. I am inviting you again. I just did that. So yeah, you will be joining us. Make sure you get your tickets. And of course, in the uprising, Serengeti on Radio Anu. Remember, the link is in the description below. Holy Emmanuel, I, Selassie, I, Jah, Rastafari. That's a lot.